I thought about something. I was thinking about it yesterday, and I started waking up 4 o'clock in the morning now. I love waking up 4 o'clock in the morning. It's really you get a lot done. I usually wake up and I do a lot of cleaning, and if I want to do some cooking or whatever, or I usually do my smoothies. I don't have any fruit, but I thought about something. I was thinking about something yesterday, and I said to myself, I said, this is a conspiracy theory, one that I cooked up because I've been curious. I've been curious. I've been, you know, remember the whole pandemic thingy? Remember that? And remember how a lot of people died, of course, worldwide, right? But you got to understand that white people are the majority in America, right? So I was thinking to myself, with the COVID numbers, with these guys that are doing S by cop, I think you understand. I can't say everything on YouTube. Um, with the people that have gone and are continuing to go on irregular basis due to this opioid crisis, because my area, New York State, it's beginning to look like not that bad per se, but over the last couple of years, there's been lots of these drug addicted zombies walking down the street. Over the last couple of years, it's gotten real bad. And it's been the face of it. Like, and I don't live in a bad area, it's just that um, the faces, good Lord, I'm burping all of a sudden because I haven't had anything to eat yet. The faces of drug abuse are, I see white men, but it's primarily white women. Like, I'll come home during the day and whatnot, and you'll see the meth head white women that are like 90 pounds. And once she gets to that level, you're never going to see her again. She's going to be gone. You know what I'm saying? So when you put all these numbers combined, especially with the opioid crisis, I mean, this thing has been ravaging this country for the past 20 years. It's been getting worse and worse and worse. I remember I was hanging out with my buddy, and we went to some local corner store, some Arab store where we live, and we struck up a conversation with this black woman, and she was talking about how, you know we were talking about drugs. I don't know how we got on this conversation, and she said crack has been gone off the streets. She said the only thing that's on the streets in my area is pills. She was talking about everybody's popping pills. Everybody's doing hydro and stuff like that. I don't know what they're doing now. I don't care. I don't do drugs, right? So my theory is that white people are pretty much in America. I think that above top secret is, of course, like military programs and whatnot, but I believe above top secret is the simple fact that white people have died off so much. They're not giving you the numbers. I have tried to look for these concrete numbers, and a lot of times I've noticed you can't find anything. You cannot find anything. I'm one of the few people that even have the curiosity to look for stuff like this. I'm saying that white people are on their way out in America. They are on their way out. I remember 10 years ago, it was that famous opioid thing that they put on YouTube of, you can still find it. It was a white mother. Her husband died of opioids, and she was standing in front of the coffin with the two children, and they were just looking at him, and it was just so surreal. And they were talking about the opioid crisis 10 years ago. Imagine where it is right now. Imagine where it is right now. I think that white people are on the ropes in America. I really do. And I think that the government knows this. The government is not publicly talking about it, and that is a possible. That's a aside from they want these people to vote Democrat. I think we all understand this, right? But another possible reason is that white people are checking out in America. They're checking out in large numbers. And not only that, they are falling under replacement numbers. Somebody that I know, he is in his 40s, middle 40s. He's a white guy, and he spent tens of thousands of dollars to have his one and only child because I don't know if it was his fertility fucked up or her fertility that was messed up, but they had to spend tens of thousands of dollars to have their one and only child. So not only that, a lot of them they are having a hard time popping kids out. This is a problem. I remember, what was it? Pat Robertson did a segment talking about we need to make more white children. Remember that? I think Tucker Carlson did a segment a couple of years ago saying the same thing. White people are are are, are not reaching replacement numbers. So when you take into the S by cop, when you take into undoubtedly HIV is still here, when you take into drug abuse, when you take into S by doing it by yourself, when you take into the inevitable dangerous crime that some of those people will engage in, deleting other people, deleting themselves, armed robberies, and then cops responding, and then this situation never goes well. I think the government is doing this because white people are checking out. They can't openly state this because that would put a chink in the white supremacy armor. But I think that white people are checking out, and I think that they are um, arranging their replacements because a lot of these Hispanics, no matter what, they are considered white people. They are. You ever wonder why, when you start getting to know some of these Hispanics and they'll tell you that white is listed on their birth certificate? Because they are white people. They are white people. They view themselves as white people, right? They are Hispanic, right? If I remember the name of the word, a lot of times we have these words and we forget the meanings. They're not Spanish people from Spain that speak the real Spanish. They are Hispanic. They are uh, a lot of them have their own different dialects of Spanish, but they're not those really white people over in Spain. In Spain, those are real white people, right? When you come to Mexico, those are brown people. Those are Hispanics. Am I correct? If I'm not correct, please correct me. But they, even though they're brown and they're mixed, just like you got black people that have been living in Mexico for hundreds of years and they speak Spanish, I think they call them negritos. You know what I'm saying? But in general, Spanish people or Hispanic people, even though they may have brown skin and darker hair, they are still considered white people. They are considered Caucasians. And so these people are, in my opinion, they are slated to be the new American. Because the ones that I see in my area, normal everyday guys. You can tell they're not doing drugs or having ridiculous problem with alcohol. They're always with their families. They're shopping, they're buying food. They stay out of trouble. There are some of them that are decent. I'm not going to sit here and do this migrant panic and migrant this and but they are replacing white people, white Americans, because white Americans are dying off in unprecedented numbers. I know this because I see this in my community. I have seen so many beautiful young white women die over the past couple of years just due to popping pills. I've seen this on my on different jobs that I had. There was a real gorgeous white woman. I actually busted her at this store that I worked in. She was me and the manager. She was stuffing makeup, and we busted her. We made her take everything out, and she was in the beginning stage of being a drug addict. That's why she was stealing. And it was like a couple of months later, and we saw her name, and we looked her up because we got people that are internet Facebook sleuths, and she was the one that we busted. She was a beautiful 30 something, very attractive white woman, and she's gone because of popping them pills. So this is what I think is going on, and I think that this is above top secret. They will show you this new stealth plane. I saw it. That plane is absolutely amazing. They're probably not going to tell you everything it could do. This new stealth probably has anti-gravity technology. They ain't never going to tell you that, even if they do have it. I'm pretty sure the United States government, well, I know the United States government has anti-grav technology. They're just never going to tell you that they do. But the white man checking out, white people checking out, that is above top secret. They will never reveal this. You know what they will do? They will bring in the new model white man. The new model white people are the Hispanics. They are the replacements. A lot of them absent the gangs. They will come in here. They will work. They will be stable. They won't be committing crimes. They will make these large families, and it is what it is. That's the theory. I really do think I'm right on this one.